What if the most dangerous threats to our warships could be vaporized, not by an expensive missile, but by a beam of light? This isn't a scene from a science fiction movie. It just became a historic reality for the United States Navy. For decades, the idea of laser weapons on a battlefield felt like pure fantasy. Today, that fiction is our new naval defense reality. The United States Navy has just released the first ever combat photograph of its cutting-edge HELIOS laser system in action, obliterating drones at sea. This isn't just a technical achievement, it's a fundamental shift in how battles will be fought, promising to redefine naval warfare and secure our ships against a new era of aerial threats. In this video, we'll dive deep into HELIOS, understand how this groundbreaking technology works, and explore why it's not just important for the Navy, but for the future of global security. Get ready, because the speed of light just entered the battlefield. The year is 2025, and in January of this year, a historic image emerged from the Pentagon's annual operational testing report. It was a black and white photograph, simple yet profoundly impactful, a stark beam of white light, like something ripped from a blockbuster movie, emanating from the guided missile destroyer USS Preble, striking out into the sky. This wasn't a conceptual drawing or a test in a controlled lab. This was the exact, captured moment the high-energy laser with integrated optical-dazzler and surveillance system, or HELIOS, fired upon and destroyed a drone. This single image represents years of painstaking development, billions of dollars in investment, and the culmination of decades of research. But the real shockwave came days later. On January 29, 2025, James Taiclet, the CEO of Lockheed Martin, the company behind HELIOS, announced that the system had not only successfully engaged a target, but had neutralized 4 drone threats in a single demonstration operated by the U.S. Navy at sea. 4 targets in one test. This wasn't just a technical milestone proving a laser could hit something. It was proof that the system could handle multiple simultaneous attacks, precisely the kind of overwhelming scenario that naval forces increasingly face in real combat situations. These pivotal tests weren't conducted in some secret, remote location. They occurred throughout 2024 as the USS Preble transited the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. The destroyer left its home port in San Diego in September 2024 and arrived in Yokosuka, Japan, just a month later in October, showcasing the system's operational readiness during a deployment. The HELIOS program itself didn't just appear overnight. Its genesis traces back to 2018 when Lockheed Martin was awarded a $150 million contract to bring this futuristic vision to life. By August 2022, the system was delivered and permanently installed on the USS Preble, cementing its place in history as the first permanent tactical laser weapon on an operational American warship. This wasn't some bolt-on experiment. It was a deeply integrated component of the ship's defensive architecture. HELIOS is far more sophisticated than just a high-power laser. It's a truly multi-mission system, boasting 3 critically integrated capabilities designed to address a wide spectrum of threats. First, and most obviously, is its high-energy laser. This powerhouse operates with more than 60 kilowatts of energy, which for context, is enough electricity to power about 60 average American homes. This immense power isn't generated from a single massive laser. Instead, it's achieved by precisely combining multiple individual fiber lasers into one incredibly powerful, coherent beam. The brilliance of this modular design is its inherent scalability. While 60 kilowatts is formidable, the system is designed to allow for future upgrades, with the potential to scale up to 120 or even 150 kilowatts as technology advances and power generation improves on naval vessels. This raw power allows it to physically destroy incoming aerial threats, burning through their structures and incapacitating their systems. But physical destruction isn't always the optimal solution. That's where HELIOS's second capability comes into play, the Optical-dazzler. This feature can effectively blind enemy sensors, cameras, or the navigation systems of hostile drones without having to physically destroy them. Imagine a drone approaching, its cameras feeding vital intelligence back to an adversary, instead of expending a missile or even a laser shot to destroy it. The Dazzler can render it useless, disorienting it, forcing it to retreat, or causing it to crash harmlessly. This offers commanders incredibly flexible tactical options, allowing for de-escalation when appropriate, or simply denying an enemy critical reconnaissance. Finally, HELIOS isn't just about offense and defense. It also serves as an advanced intelligence and reconnaissance system. Its third capability is long-range surveillance. The sophisticated optical systems used to aim the laser can also function as powerful telescopes, detecting and tracking threats at immense distances, far beyond what the human eye or even standard radars can easily achieve. This provides crucial early warning and enhanced situational awareness for the ship and the broader fleet. What truly sets HELIOS apart from previous experimental laser systems is its deep, crucial integration with the destroyer's Aegis combat system. This isn't a standalone device simply bolted onto the ship's deck. It's profoundly interconnected to the USS Preble's radars and existing weapons systems. This means HELIOS can leverage the ship's powerful radars for initial threat detection and tracking. Once a target is identified, HELIOS can then seamlessly take over with its own precision optical system for fine-tuned tracking and engagement, or it can operate in perfect coordination with other conventional weapons on board. This level of integration ensures the laser operates as an integral part of the ship's layered defense architecture, complementing and enhancing traditional missile systems and close-in defense systems rather than replacing them. It creates a seamless, multifaceted defensive shield. The strategic importance of HELIOS becomes starkly clear when we look at recent geopolitical events. Since 2023, American and Allied ships operating in the Red Sea have been constantly intercepting drones and missiles launched by Houthi rebels from Yemen. While the Navy has maintained an incredible success rate in neutralizing these threats, it has inadvertently revealed an alarming and unsustainable problem: the economics of modern naval defense. Our warships are forced to fire extremely expensive interceptor missiles, each costing between $1 and $4 million, to shoot down relatively cheap drones, many of which cost as little as $20,000. This is not just bad math. It's a critical vulnerability. Continuously exchanging million-dollar missiles for $20,000 drones is a war of attrition that naval forces simply cannot win in the long run. Missile magazines are finite, and their replacement takes time and immense resources. HELIOS completely transforms this lopsided calculation. The estimated cost per shot for the HELIOS laser is less than $1. Yes, you heard that right, less than $1. This is essentially the cost of the electricity required to fire the beam. This means that for the cost of a single standard missile, the USS Preble could fire HELIOS millions of times, effectively flipping the economic disadvantage on its head. Furthermore, the fundamental physics of a laser provide unparalleled advantages. The laser travels at the speed of light, a mind-boggling 300,000 kilometers per second. This means there is no flight time to the target, no complex trajectory calculations required to account for wind or target movement. If the ship's sensors can see the target, the laser can hit it almost instantly. This instantaneous engagement capability dramatically reduces the reaction time required to counter fast-moving threats. And then there's the concept of the deep magazine. Unlike conventional weapons that rely on physical ammunition that must be stored and reloaded, a laser weapon has an essentially unlimited supply of ammunition, as long as there's electrical power available on the ship. Modern destroyers, especially those with advanced power generation, can continuously feed energy to the laser. This means no physical ammunition limits, no vulnerable reloads under fire, and the ability to keep firing indefinitely. This is absolutely critical for countering saturation attacks, where an adversary launches dozens or even hundreds of cheap drones simultaneously, aiming to overwhelm conventional defenses. With HELIOS, a ship can engage and neutralize multiple threats in rapid succession, providing a robust defense against swarms. However, it's crucial to understand that lasers, even as advanced as HELIOS, are not a magic, silver bullet solution to every threat. They come with significant, inherent limitations that naval engineers are actively working to overcome. One of the primary challenges is atmospheric conditions. Things like fog, sea spray, high humidity, and dense clouds can scatter or absorb the laser beam's energy, effectively reducing its range and power. Imagine trying to shine a flashlight through thick fog. The light gets dispersed. Lasers face a similar challenge, making their performance somewhat dependent on the weather. Another current limitation is power. At 60 kilowatts, HELIOS is exceptionally effective against small and medium-sized drones. It can burn through their airframes, fry their electronics, and destroy them reliably. However, 60 kilowatts is not yet powerful enough to reliably take down larger, more robust threats like anti-ship cruise missiles, which travel at supersonic speeds and are built to withstand considerable damage. For those heavier threats, the Navy is actively developing much more powerful lasers, targeting capabilities between 150 and 400 kilowatts. Furthermore, lasers are fundamentally line-of-sight weapons. This means they can only hit what they can directly see. Unlike missiles, which can be launched from beyond the horizon, guided to their target, or even fly over obstacles, a laser needs a clear, unobstructed path to its target. This makes them highly effective for close-in defense, but less suitable for long-range engagements where the curvature of the Earth or intervening terrain might block the view. HELIOS is not an isolated project. It's part of a much larger, comprehensive strategy by the Navy to invest heavily in an entire family of directed energy systems. We're talking about a future where laser weapons are commonplace across the fleet. For example, 8 destroyers already field the Odin system, which stands for Optical-dazzling Interdictor, Navy. Odin is primarily a dazzler, designed to confuse and disable enemy sensors rather than destroy targets. Then there's the 150 kilowatt Laser Weapon System Demonstrator, or LWSD, which is currently undergoing testing on amphibious ships, representing a significant jump in power from HELIOS. And looking even further ahead, in June 2025, the Navy invested another $30 million in the Songbao project, an initiative focused on developing modular lasers that can scale up to an astounding 400 kilowatts of power. The ultimate goal of many of these programs is enshrined in the HELCAP initiative, the High Energy Laser Counter Anti-Ship Cruise Missile Program. This program is specifically focused on creating lasers powerful enough to reliably neutralize advanced anti-ship cruise missiles, a threat that represents one of the gravest dangers to modern naval vessels. Admiral Daryl Caudill made the Navy's stance clear in January 2025. Lasers should become the preferred option for crews against drones and similar attacks. This isn't about replacing missiles entirely. It's about creating essential complements. Lasers provide an additional, critical layer of defense that relieves pressure on dwindling and expensive missile stockpiles, offering unprecedented layered protection. Before these powerful laser systems become standard across the entire fleet, 3 significant engineering challenges must still be fully overcome. The first is onboard power. High-power lasers demand an enormous amount of electricity, and while modern warships generate substantial power, current destroyers often already operate close to their maximum limits, especially when running all their sensors, combat systems, and propulsion. Integrating even more powerful lasers will require innovative solutions for power generation and distribution. The second challenge is cooling. Lasers, by their very nature, generate immense amounts of waste heat when fired repeatedly. Dissipating this heat efficiently in a confined space, especially in the corrosive and temperature-varying environment of a maritime vessel, is an incredibly complex engineering feat without robust cooling systems. The lasers would quickly overheat and become inoperable. The future of naval warfare has arrived, and it fires at the speed of light. If you want to keep up with the cutting edge of military technology and defense, make sure you hit that subscribe button.